And this is what I want to ask you, Dr. Hassan Khanenje. Do you think these fears are plausible, that now as Ahmed Ash is talking about cessation, they're actually gagging for cessation because they believe Abiy is out to exterminate them?
I'm not sure whether the intention is to exterminate the TPLF or the Tigray ethnicity, in part because I think it's important to understand that majority of Eritreans are actually of Tigray descent. And we know that in this current theater and conflict, Eritrea and Afewaki has actually been on the side of Abiy Ahmed. I think what may be of concern, I think, is what Dr. Peter raised earlier, that the rhetoric is not making it easy, and it can easily lead to ethnic cleansing. Now, it is important to remember that the Tigray only comprise about 6% of Ethiopia, or 6 million, which is about 5% actually of Ethiopia. And in case of genocide, it's much easier for the majority to actually eliminate the minority. And so they've developed, based partly on history and also how they came to power and how they ruled, a siege mentality that in an event that they're not out of power, much like sometimes what happens with the state of Israel and, and even the Tutsis in Central Africa, that unless you are represented sufficiently in power, chances are the world is going to conspire against you and you may not have any chance of survival. However, I think the fear that the rhetoric is leading to ethnic cleansing, which has been also supported by perhaps an appearance of what are seen as a purge of Tigray elements politically and from the military, that is not unfounded. It raises the specter and possibility that, for instance, a lot of militias who are not under the central command may actually decide to act on their own and commit acts of ethnic cleansing. And that is something that I think the region and the world should not accept. However, I think both parties have a responsibility to ensure that this conflict comes to an end, because they have a role both in the origin and the genesis of the conflict, and they're going to have a role in its own resolution.